Hello, my spooky people, and as always, welcome to the Spooky Lounge. I am your host, Lucky. I hope you guys like my new pumpkin scented candle. Today, we have the movie review for none other than Bone Lake. We got to see this at the AMC Scream Unseen event, and it was a super cool event. I suggest every one of you go on and take a look at this event. It's super easy. You can sign up for free on AMC's website, and there's going to be more of these coming down the pipeline here soon. But before we get into the review for this film, if you guys like horror content just like this, click that bell to be notified anytime we post spooky content. Like, share, and subscribe, and join the Spooky Lounge today. We want the coolest horror community on the internet, and we hope to see you guys there. Let's get into it. Bone Lake, guys. This was something that we were unprepared for going to the theater to see this. I gotta say, I was impressed with the film. Now, the setup of this movie, essentially, to get things started, is that a couple, Diego and Sage, are moving across the country to pursue Diego's dream of being a writer. Now, Sage is taking on the brunt of the financial responsibility within the relationship. So to show thanks, Diego rents out this very nice Airbnb estate for them for the weekend, and his plan is to propose to Sage. I'm not going to get into mass spoilers about this movie, but we are going to talk a little bit of the background just so everybody has an idea of what's going on, right? Now, when they get to this Airbnb, they get their bags unpacked and everything looks fine. They come across another couple who says that they rented this estate the same weekend, and that is Sin and Will, the other couple that we're introduced to the first 10 to 15 minutes of this movie. This movie is incredibly erotic. There's a lot of tension, sexually speaking, of this movie. It's a fun time. You don't really know what to expect with a movie titled such as Bone Lake, but the setup of the characters is a very unique one. Throughout this film, we're introduced to both these couples, and they decide to stick it out because obviously renting out this estate is quite expensive. They are planning on just living together, doing their thing, and they bond over the course of this weekend, right? And they find out some things about this lake together that isn't as pretty as it seems. There at one time was dead bodies that showed up in the lake that came from people that stayed at that estate. The couples are now searching around the house, trying to figure out what exactly happened, and that is where things unravel from there. I'm not going to go into detail about what exactly happens, but basically the couples have to survive in this estate for the weekend, and we don't really know what the threat is until late in the movie. It could be something demonic. We do see a Ouija board in the movie at some point when they break into one of the chained rooms. It could be a killer that stays around that part of town. It could be several different things, but all in all, it's a fun, gory time. The second act does hit a little bit of a lull for me, though. The first act is very fast, and you introduce to these characters incredibly quickly, and there's a lot of gore and guts at the very beginning of the movie, and then we hit a lull basically for probably roughly about an hour, where not a whole lot of horror is going on. It's a lot of setup to what we're going to be seeing in the third act, but the third act managed to finish strong, and so did the movie. Nothing groundbreaking here. Nothing that screams that it is this massive difference maker within the horror community, but the eroticness of this film, I'd say the tone of this film, and the overall time that we had in the theater. It was a packed theater. Everybody was laughing, cheering, crying along with the movie. I gotta give this film a solid 3.5 knives out of 5. This was a really good time, guys. I suggest you all go to your nearest theater and watch it, and I'm excited to see what everybody else thinks about Bone Lake. Now, with all that being said, guys, remember to de-stress, progress, and give your mind a rest, and comment down below if you're excited for Bone Lake and what was your favorite part if you've seen it. With that being said, this is Lucky, and I'll see you guys at the lounge in the next one.